Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon se Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, and Organ Donation India Foundation. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic. And today's topic is not only current, but very, very relevant. And the topic is OTT impact on society. And over the top, OTT, media service is a media service offered directly to viewers via the internet. OTT bypasses cable, broadcast, and satellite television platforms, the types of companies that traditionally act as controllers or distributors of such content. It has also been used to describe no-carrier cell phones with which all communications are charged as data avoiding monopolistic competition, or apps for phones that transmit data in this manner, including both those that replace other call methods and those that update software. The term is most synonymous with the subscription-based video on demand SVOD services that offer access to films and television content. OTT also encompasses a wave of skinny television services that offers access to live streams of linear specialty channels similar to a traditional satellite or cable TV provider, but is streamed over the public internet rather than a closed private network with proprietary equipment such as set-top boxes. Over the top OTT services are typically accessed via websites on personal computers as well as via apps on mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets, digital media players, including video game consoles, or televisions with integrated smart TV platforms. In India, last year, the usage of OTT platforms has increased to 204 billion minutes, while it was 181 billion minutes before the pandemic. In fact, a report by the PwC's Media and Entertainment Outlook suggests that India's OTT market is going to become the 6th largest market all over the world by 2024. And to discuss this very, very important topic, OTT impact on society, we have a very elite, knowledgeable experts in their field. Panelists are with us. And I would like to invite my first panelist guest, and he is Dr. Mukesh Sharma. Dr. Mukesh Sharma is the former Director General of Films Division of India and also the former Additional Director General of Doordarshan, working for the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting for the Government of India. He has been in the TV broadcast industry since 1992. He won the Best DD Kendra Award in 2001. He was instrumental in changing the fortunes of DD Mumbai and was the #1 regional Marathi Kendra in the country for a number of years. Dr. Sharma is the recipient of several national and international awards for the work done in the film and broadcasting industry. He also holds a PhD in journalism and mass communication. He was the dean with the School of Branding and Advertising with NMIMS University, Mumbai. He has started his own Hindi Kahaniyon Ka Anokha Andaz recently, which is very popular, where he narrates a story, a very well-known story from our ancient books, but with his own style, which gives the story is always very, very meaningful for the society on whole. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Sharma. Now, Dr. Sharma, as you know, that the topic is OTT, and today the country is coming out with this revolution about OTT. Now, when you started your career at that time, Doordarshan was there, then slowly private players has entered in this field, then the cable TV, then the satellite TV and whatnot. But now this OTT has totally changed the scenario, because earlier it was that there is some fixed time and one can watch whatsoever the programs are there. But now, any moment, any time, anyone can see any program whatsoever he or she likes. So we would like to know from you, your views on OTT impact on society. Dr. Mukesh Sharma, please.
Good morning, Dr. Goel. Thank you so much for inviting me in today's conference. Yes, you rightly said that when we started, it was a single channel, a national network. Then national network also proliferated. It had a metro, then later on, and then metro channels were there. Then regional channels came in different languages all over the country, the satellite channels in the 90s. The cable boom was happening. And then till such time, the DTH came with the direct to home, where, you could directly connect with the satellite. Now, even bypassing satellite, bypassing cable, and bypassing, even terrestrial network. And that's where the OTT scored, and scored very high. And OTT got a big boon, big fillip, big boost during the COVID lockdown. For 2-3 reasons. Why is OTT so popular, first of all? Apart from that, there is a choice of content. There is a choice of so much of, stories, different genres. There is right from a docudrama to a documentary to a, web series to a single programming of a film. So and to that too also, you don't like television, you don't have to wait for the program to come. You can go to the program and you can start watching the program, and you can stop anywhere. You go out, you can use the nature's call, come back again, start again. If you're missed out, go back again. And with subtitles, especially if you're watching foreign language programs or other languages where you find it difficult, those are also helping. So that was one. Second reason which OTT also, did was there was no censor in OTT, unlike film censoring. So it was, you don't have to wait for all time. You have a new release and you go. Earlier, what was happening was OTT was more like, a younger brother. Cinema halls were the big brothers, and they would only cater to films of Salman Khan or Amir Khan. And these poor guys, they were in a queue, either lack of marketing or lack of distribution or lack of anything. And that was the reason that they had to, per se, accept as a fait accompli OTT. Now, OTT, which was a fait accompli one time, became the first choice during COVID. And that's how the OTT, the boom started. And as I said, with variety of programming, it was not looking back. That was one thing. But of course, as I said, anything excess, anything too much also has its repercussion. And I don't know if you guys have been following it. Recently, Netflix, which is an OTT platform, lost around 2 lakh subscribers. And they owe it to so many things, apart from inflation, apart from Ukraine war happening, apart from, one family having 6 or 7 people to share the platform rather than each individual. In my own case, my daughter shares me, I share mine. So these are things which they will have to work. And also apart from this, there are so many platforms coming up of OTT today, like the satellite channel boom. And so that is also creating a lot of, competition of the product, of the content. So that is there. But the good thing is that, as you said, we are going to be the 6th largest. We are increasing, our numbers are increasing. India's growth rate is quite good. And yes, for last 2 COVID years, we were little down and under, but at least the media and entertainment sector is again coming back, especially in the digital programming. So when I say OTT per se doesn't mean only Netflix or, it includes anything that is digital. It involves any programming which is going through digital platforms, and which is, as I said, is humongous. And social media penetration actually already have reached about 29% in 2019. Around 37.5 crores to 40 crores of Indian, which is around 29% of the population, are on OTT platforms, compared to China, of course, which is 72%, and US, which is about 70%, UK 66% worldwide. So as you said, this comes into India, becomes 6th in OTT, because we have Russia, Germany, and others ahead of us. Also, another reason of OTT becoming clicking is geography is not an issue for OTT. I can see your hand, Dr. Goel.
No.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So geography also, Dr. Goel, is not an issue for OTT. For that, it will act as a boon for regional films, right, as they gain access to the native language, diaspora in other states, leading to increased rates for regional titles also. International digital rights contribution will increase as India produces more content for the world. Just as the Indian diaspora, on the back of the international content platform, launches and growth countries So, and also it is estimated that by 2025, there will be about 4 crore TV connection. This is not my figure. This is from KPMG, FICCI Federation of Indian which industries, which they give the report on media and entertainment. Also, by 2025, 75 crore smartphone screens will also increase. So the demand for small content, creating a video ecosystem will increase. And it's like this, everyone will have its own area to play with. Not necessarily everyone will be watching all the program, but the choice will be humongous. The choice will be so much that the impact on society will be very different on different segments. And as I said, as it grows and penetration in the villages is also going on, and once the network connectivity is better, 5G or more, they will also be connected. So my only worry is cinema, if the fear of the COVID continues, cinema halls may not see the boon which they said. Of course, Kashmir Files is one example which is different from what it was, because it says that people are going back to theater also. But again, as I said, this is right now, we can only watch, though it has done more than 100 crores. But still, in 2017 or 19, nearly 17 films did 200 crores in cinema halls. Right, 100 crores club was growing big, but of late it has taken a backseat. So overall, OTT or per se digital platforms, for that matter, anybody is there on that digital, is going to click, as I said, for so many reasons. And the best is, it is there at our beck and call.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sharma, for giving the views. And Dr. Sharma has explained in detail how the OTT has entered, and it was a second choice. Nobody wanted to go for OTT, but due to the COVID, everyone, because earlier the OTT was struggling for the good content, so all the good movies and contents the movies were released in the cinema hall. But because of the COVID, the OTT picked up, and today the OTT has become very, very hot. And we are seeing like MX Player is one of the leading most, which is having almost 250 or millions subscribers all over the world. And in India alone, I think they have about 175 million subscribers, which shows that now people are going for the OTT. And it is quite economical also. The reason is that the expenses basically of the internet, which is also quite economical. And like MX Player, I mentioned, it's free to subscribe. So the people, according to Dr. Sharma, OTT is picking up. There is no censor. There are positive points, negative points, but still he says that it will going to be the next thing, because now even the rural area they are penetrating. Urban, they are already there, and you have a choice wherever you want to stop it and whatnot. So thank you very much. And in the next segment, definitely I'd like to know about the impact also. So thank you, Dr. Sharma. Now I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and she is Miss Urvashi Mittal. Miss Urvashi Mittal is MMS CFA. She did MMS Master of Management Studies from BITS Plan in 1986 and completed CFA in 1990 with a silver medal. Recently, she was awarded with Reputed Certificate of Excellence 2018 Woman of the Year Dionisio United Award, New York, USA. With the aim to serve society, she joined Inner Wheel in 2008-9 and is currently serving as District Secretary. Inner Wheel is world's largest women voluntary service organization, present in 104 countries, having its representatives in United Nations also. She received many awards within Inner Wheel, such as Outstanding President, Brand Ambassador, Editor's Choice Award, etc. She introduced many new concepts of social service, for which she received several awards, few of them like Honda Superstar Award for Excellence, Award for Social Work by NGO, Social Umbrella and Deepanjay Trust, Lions Club Award, Anchor Media Group Award, Award for Peace by Muni Irony, a renowned Hollywood celebrity coach. She is associated with a number of other social organizations such as FICCI Ladies Organization, Braj Kala Kendra, ISKCON, DCT, and Zena World, etc. She appeared several times on Aaj Tak, CNBC, Z Regional, DD News, MH1, India News, Janta TV, Total News, JK News, as well as on print media also. Welcome, Ms. Urvashi Mittal on our show. Ms. Urvashi Mittal, you heard Dr. Mukesh Sharma. He explained how the OTT has penetrated in India. And due to the COVID, it got very fast growth. Now, we would like to know your views on OTT impact on society. Being a social worker, and so you are doing so much social services, and you are in contact with so many women organizations as well as the women's also. So you might be knowing the impact of the OTT. So we would like to know your views on OTT impact on society. Ms. Urvashi Mittal, please.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for this lovely introduction, inviting me here. It was great listening to Mukesh Sharma, sir. And I would, and I so much admire this beautifully chosen panel. I love to hear what the law expert has to say, but as you said, I'll talk from my point of view, from my background. Sir, as far as impact is concerned, that can be understood mainly by its price, the content quality, and the relationship with the end users, the audience, viewers in this case. Before talking about OTT, I would like to emphasize that change is the only constant and either evolve or dissolve. The choice is ours. So with changing times, one must be open to fresh ideas. These ideas can be good or bad. So it's up to us to either promote or to promote the good ones and shun the bad ones. Mukesh sir has gone in detail about the plus points of OTT. I'll quickly go over them again. It's easily accessible. It can be viewed from anywhere, can be viewed on laptop, tablets, iPhone, smartphones, over a variety of gadgets. And it covers a wide variety of topics. But one thing which Mukesh sir missed out on, no commercials, which is so comforting. When you are watching anything on OTT, it's a breather because you don't have to take those horrible breaks. Normally, when people feel that they will show their ads, it goes down well with the audience. People like us, we use it as a break to do our important things and come back to watch our main show, the main story. So, sir, as far as OTT is concerned, it's here to stay. It's a great concept. It's a great idea. And it's deeply penetrated. In fact, it's made a constructive circle. Audience is more. It's easily accessible. So it's cheap. It will remain cheap. Audience will become more and it's here to stay. This constructive circle will grow further. So now the thing is, and it's decided, it's established itself to not go glam. So general people, common masses associate with it more. Paper, faces, non-made up faces, the surroundings, the drawing rooms, the houses, which they see in their general lives. So they relate with it more. It's here to stay. But now here comes the catch. Something which has penetrated so deeply, which is here to stay. Should we not be more careful about it? Sir, as it is said, literature mirrors society. Now it's been expanded to include mainstream media also. So whatever happens in society, literature is written on it and the movies are made on it. But whatever is shown, whatever is passed to masses as the movies, that also becomes our society. So now it is up to us to decide what becomes our society. I am here to convey common masses that includes my age people, seniors, and even the youngsters also. Trust me, the youngsters of today, they are very open to OTT. They only welcome and they have no objection whatsoever with the content being shown. But somehow I feel in any condition or in any country, there should be a right balance between the senior and the youngsters. We've heard when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So this is our country. Definitely we stay in a globalized world. We can't shut ourselves to the ideas or to the fresh waves or to anything which is coming from there. But this is up to decide what should be seen. Impact is huge. So, sir, now one more thing. If someone is diagnosed with cancer, can I ask you, what should be the action on the part of the family members or the person itself? We know the fate, but we just try to delay. So I'm not saying anything can be stopped or there should be an action to regulate it. But the thing is, it can be wiser. There can be some bodies somehow, there can be slabs, there can be panels. So this is impact everyone deeply. And I will like to just reiterate a small story. You must have heard long back, there was a mainstream movie. In that, people saw that, the thieves saw that and they stole. When it was pointed out, police also saw that movie and they caught those thieves. So what I'm saying is because literature mirrors society and it's penetrating so deeply because of its plus points. If at all we can somehow reduce the that will be nothing like it.
Dr. Sharma, can you please mute yourself?
Yeah, sorry, apologies.
No, that's perfectly fine, sir. And if we say, come on, like, it's all grown up, the people can decide what is good for them, what is bad for them, then I'm sorry. If at all that would have been the case, then we did not have to have police, we did not have to have law, the constitution and things like that, because common sense is not that common. So as far as you talked about the impact, it has actually gained good foothold. It is here to stay because you can see it anytime. You don't have to wait for the programs. Programs come to you, as Mukesh Sharma sir said. So now it is up to us to decide. This is like Aladdin ka chirag. It has been let out of the bottle. It is here now. So how we can make the best use of it? I will say just that. I would still urge for some sort of a regulating body to regulate the content if that can be achieved. And this is for me as a social worker, as a social activist. This is my request through this platform to the authorities to take cognizance. And sir, I would like one more thing I'd like to point out. Every time I go to my smartphone, there's a small icon at the bottom of the phone, FB, which allows me to go to objectionable content without my asking for it, just by touch, because all these small phones are touch screen. So this is a very good start. I feel when I represent common mass, there should be some sort of regulation. And that's what I want to say. Thank you, sir.
This is Aladdin ka chirag, says Ms. Urvashi Mittal. And she says that now the time is changing, how fast this OTT has picked up, because so many advantages. She reiterated what Dr. Sharma has also mentioned. But the main thing what she says that the main relief is there are no commercials. Although there are commercials on OTT platform also, but that is in a different way because you can choose which one you would like to see without commercial or with commercial. So there are, but still, and she said it's quite economical. You have a choice, whatsoever you want to see, you can very well see. But she also wants that some regulation should be there for the content, so that authorities should have a check on this, so that no objectionable thing should come out for the viewers, those who are either the minor or others. Thank you very much, Ms. Urvashi Mittal, for giving your views. Now, I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and she is Advocate Avishi Dhaka. Advocate Avishi Dhaka is BA LLB Honors, LLM. She is advocate in Supreme Court, New Delhi. She is a result-oriented professional with excellence in implementing, deliver desired output, seeking assignments in learning and development with an organization of high repute. Her areas of expertise are ability to balance priorities and coordinate work effectively, leadership skills, excellent analytical skills, and aptitude for figures, ability to stay calm under pressure, can analyze large amounts of information, good written and spoken communication skills, client care skills, sound judgment, organized and efficient, good project management and team building skills. She was trained at Gurugram Cyber Crime Cell under Commissioner of Gurugram Police and Mr. Rakshit Tandon, cyber security expert, and dealt with police investigation in cyber crime cases, e-commerce crimes, social media crimes, website crimes, mobile crimes, email crimes, etc. Welcome, Advocate Avishi Dhaka on our show. Advocate Avishi Dhaka, is it possible to have some light on the front of you, because your face is quite dark. We can't see you properly. Earlier it was good when we have checked, but now yes. Okay. Now, Advocate Avishi Dhaka, you have already heard what Dr. Mukesh Sharma as well as Ms. Urvashi Mittal has mentioned. And they are very clear that there are many more advantages of OTT. They have mentioned all the things. Being a cyber crime expert, and you have been trained in that, and you are practicing, and you might have come across many contents which you feel that this should not be given or not, or according to you, whatsoever OTT is showing is good for the society. So we would like to know from you the OTT impact on society. Advocate Avishi Dhaka, please. Please unmute.
Good morning, Mr. Lal Goel and other co-panelists. Thank you for inviting me on such a prestigious topic. So here, as a legal person, I would say that yes, OTT has been a revolutionary platform and it has given us an edge. It is positive in all the aspects, and I'll say in legal aspect also a law has been made by the Ministry of Broadcast, or you can say IMA, and these Bharat Sanchar, and all those ministries, on 20th of November 2020. A law has been passed, and an amendment has been done into it, where they have extended censorship to OTT platform, and its content, as well as news and current affair distribution also online on OTT platforms. So we are already protected that ways, and you would have seen a few cases which came into light was Shilpa Shetty and her husband Raj Kundra, what they were selling online. The case had been lodged on the OTT platform, and not just on the complaint of the models working there, on the people who were the whistleblower for the case. So law is always there to protect the society, as ma'am earlier said that common sense is not so common. So so it also involves cyber related matters. Apart from that, the things can also be taken into by the Indian Penal Code, and things can be taken over there, and you have various other laws to protect if the actors are minor or anything. And apart from that, if we talk about especially impact on youth, ott platform has given people a liberation, confidence to appear in person, to pursue their own career, to build career in whatever they feel confident about. Now they do not have to wait, struggle, and leave their city place to choose to please people of other culture, other backgrounds, to watch them, hear them, give them a chance. Now they can decide, they can be director, they can be costume designer, they can be an actor, they can be a singer, they are content creators, and things are coming, ideas are coming, people are coming with the things which are out of the box, which are not routine, which are apart out of this world, or which are not a part of the mainstream media, or things which were already on TV. These are things which are different from TV. And we have regional cinema also. So things are coming, and it is liberating, revolutionary in idea as well as in practice. So my idea is that people are not just liberated to pursue their hobby and make it their own profession. People are also, it is giving them a chance to learn a lot. Apart from their main thing, they can, learn a lot from other things. You have a chance to improve on yourself, and it also gives a chance of entertainment, news, current affair, education, and many more. So now we can extend it to the level. Now India is sixth largest um, economy to be based on OTT. So we might be becoming, from 60% to 90%. So the time will come, and we are having good laws and treaties to protect it. And people eventually learn, and society develops with the need. And OTT is teaching us a lot of things. And it's not just Corona. I think people do not have time out of schedules. Now the whole economy is working, women are working, males are working. So I think OTT will be the best thing to, save the time, save your energy, and to have a variety. So this is what I believe about liberation, confidence, content, and agreement and disagreements about OTT, and what you want to see and what you want to leave.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Advocate Avishee Dhaka. Advocate Avishee Dhaka, I just want to clarify for the sake of my as well as viewers' knowledge, you mentioned that there is a law regarding the censorship in the. Are you sure? And can you just tell me, because what has been written in the, as far as the Google is concerned, there is no censorship has been introduced till now as far as OTT is concerned. It is, although government is doing, or you have some, if you can just highlight.
Dr. Goel,
yes, it has been passed by the and it has been signed by President Kovind.
Okay. I'll tell you what has happened, Dr. Goel. Last year in February, the government notified the IT technology intermediary guidelines and digital media ethics code rules 2021 to regulate OTT platforms. And the rules established a soft touch self-regulatory architecture with a code of ethics and a 3-tier grievance redressal mechanism for OT platforms. They provide for self-classification of the content without any involvement of CBFC, which is known as Central Board of Film Certification. So they continue to be without any censors. Otherwise, there should be a censor certificate before every programming. Right. General principle require the platforms to not publish any content which is prohibited under any law, and take into consideration the implications and exercise due caution and discretion in respect of the content which affects the sovereignty and the integrity of India. Also, it adds that they should also take into consideration India's multiracial and multi-religious context and exercise due caution and discretion when featuring the activities, beliefs, practices, or views of any racial or religious group. It doesn't end here, Dr. Goel. OTT platforms must display age-based content, rating and content descriptor for each content. If applicable, they should also display an advisory on viewer discretion at the beginning of the program. In addition to this, the rules mandate a 3-tier institutional mechanism for handling public grievances, and also they have appointed a grievance officer based in India, receiving for redressal and grievances within 15 days. So the idea is, at the end of the day, it is going to be a self-regulatory thing. Government will only give you, so you cannot have any censorship. As my learned advocate has said, yes, the society is opening up, the society is independent, the society is doing it, but I have a small thing, though I have barged in without your thing, but I can't control myself, as you know me, being a broadcaster, is that, are we getting knowledge from the platforms or are we getting wisdom from it? I'm very clear about it when I say this. And I would like to just finish very fast with a small story, which is my forte, very small story about the same thing before you invite your another invitee, is about a king who had a guru, and he used to respect the guru like hell. He would get up whenever the guru is in the kingdom, whenever he comes to the court. Entire country was, after the guru, he was so respected. And it so happened that the guru decided one day to know that whether he is being given so much of reverence and respect because of his knowledge or because of his character. So what he did was, he decided to go to the king's khajana, and there he decided to pick up 15 valuable motis. And those motis, he kept it in his pocket, and the person was looking at it, jo khajanchi tha, and he was totally shocked. Ye aisa kyun kar rahe hain? And he could not say anything. And again he did the same thing second day. The third day he continued. अब खजांची रोक नहीं पाया अपने आप को. He went to the king और बोला, सर ये तो कमाल हो गया, 3 दिन से देख रहा हूँ मोती चुरा रहे हैं खजाने से, ये कैसे, इनकी क्या इज्जत की जाए. राजा ने कहा ठीक है मैं बात करूंगा. And he called him and he asked him कि भाई आप थोड़ा मुझसे बात करनी है, रुकिए. वो रुक गए. उन्होंने कहा सुना है आपने मोती चुराए थे. जी, कि आपको क्या जरूरत थी, आप मुझसे मांग लेते, मैंने तो मना नहीं किया था, आपकी इतनी इज्जत. बोले राजन, मैं भाई एक एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहा था अपने ऊपर कि क्या आप लोग मेरी इज्जत मेरी नॉलेज की वजह से करते हैं या मेरे चरित्र की वजह से, मेरे कैरेक्टर की वजह से. मेरी समझ में आ गया, मेरी नॉलेज एक तरफ है, मेरा चरित्र है, मेरा कैरेक्टर है, बस. तो आपकी सोसाइटी का चरित्र क्या बनेगा इन प्लेटफॉर्म से? ये सोसाइटी पर निहित है, जिसकी बेसिस पर उर्वशी जी ने कहा था कि लिटरेचर जो है वो एक सोसाइटी का प्रतिबिंब है या रियल लाइफ का प्रतिबिंब है. We'll have to see as the time goes on. Sorry for barging. आपका ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा.
Okay, sorry. So thank you, Dr. Sharma. I know that broadcaster cannot control themselves, so they have to barge in. But so one thing is very clear. Yes, there is a self-regulatory, but there is no censorship as we are seeing in the other programs like films, etc. They require, but not on this OTT. Anyway, thank you very much, Advocate Jaka. We will come back to you when I will come in the next round. Definitely, I will ask the questions on the legal side also. Now, I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and she is Dr. Nikita Pawar. Dr. Nikita Pawar is MBBS PG DCR. She is the general practitioner and postgraduate in clinical research and pharmacovigilance. She is doing clinical general practice with corporate company and online consultations. She is affiliated with Checkup magazine as a writer on various subjects. She is into medical publishing, curious writer, creative artist, pharma speaker, social worker for the underprivileged. She sponsored a girl child from village for health and education. She is also panel doctor for Down syndrome in advising, counseling, and consultation, also for the adults and kids who are mentally retarded or having any chronic diseases. She was awarded for F-Star India Superwoman 2021, Bharat Gaurav Award, and Helium Productions India as a Young Performers for Medical Excellence, Art Award for Broken Heart Syndrome article as a curious writer and avid writer for Perfect Woman magazine with best write-up on dysomorphobia. She was awarded Times Diva Award and appeared on magazine cover photo page for young achievers in medical as well as an author. She writes medical articles for Tarun Bharat Times. She is also a keen archer and a rifle shooter. She is selected as a versatile activist for the central government's cultural exchange program. She will have pride to be nominated for Medical Excellence Award by Honorable Governor at Raj Bhavan, Mumbai. Welcome, Dr. Nikita Pawar on our show.
Dr. We should give her a round of applause for this versatile CV of hers. I feel so.
Yeah, definitely. Are you there, Dr. Nikita Pawar? I think she is. Her network has not this thing. She is not there, seems to be. Dr. Pawar, are you there? No, she is not. She is actually, some problem is going on in there. And that is the problem for OTT, which I am going to discuss this also. No, I think now she has come back. Dr. Nikita Pawar, please switch on your video. Dr. Nikita Pawar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please switch on your video. There is a network issue at your place. Although last time when you came, it
Yes,
was...
I am.
But we can't see you. Just switch on your video. If you can. I think some problem, Dr. Pawar. Okay, so I will take you once your thing will be okay. So I will go to the next round. Dr. Pawar? Dr. Pawar, you have to change the position or because we can't see your view. Your video is not on. Only audio is there.
So is it okay now?
Yes, now it is okay. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Dr. Pawar, when you are not there, Dr. Sharma applauded for your achievements and your CV. Now, Dr. Pawar, you have heard.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Pawar, you have heard all the three eminent panelists, Dr. Sharma, Ms. Urvashi Mittal, as well as Advocate Avishi Dhaka. And they all have given their views. Now, you, apart from a medical doctor, you are also doing lots of social work for which you have got so many awards. And you are dealing with underprivileged or mentally challenged children also. Now, we would like to know your views on OTT impact on society. Dr. Nikita Pawar, please.
Thank you so much, Lal Goel sir, for inviting me on this platform. And I'm always so happy to be here on this platform, as you always give me a chance. And thank you to my viewers who are there today to view this topic on OTT. Now, what is the full form of OTT? OTT is over the top. So what does it exactly be called as? Like, it's a television.
No, I think she has again there is a problem. So let her improve all this thing. So I will go for the next round, and my first question goes to Dr. Mukesh Sharma. Dr. Mukesh Sharma, we all have spoken very high about OTT, but as you also mentioned about the censorship, there is no censorship as far as OTT is concerned, only the self-censorship. And we know what is being shown on many OTT channels. So, Dr. Pawar, I think your network is a problem. Dr. Pawar?
Yes, it is a problem today. I don't know why. I can hear you.
Okay, so continue your thing, then I will ask Dr. Sharma afterwards. Please continue, Dr.
Okay,
Pawar.
sure. I hope you can see me.
Yeah, we can see you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, as OTT, it's called as over the top. So, television viewing is the fast changing in India. So, with the world witnessing a deluge on online streaming, video services, and India is not far behind for it. So, India has witnessed a huge surge in online streaming video services when people were confined home due to COVID-19 pandemic. Now, when we see over the top platform are quickly becoming important part of our lives. So, so one of the major reasons for the popularity of OTT is that the easy accessibility to the viewers. One just requires an internet connection and a compatible hardware device, and the OTT contents like PlayStation, Chrome X, and Fire Sticks and more can be viewed. So though OTT is not limited to smart TV, but it can be also like be compatible with hardware service devices like mobiles and laptops. Now the pandemic has compelled people to stay indoors, that has spurred more to OTT market. Now OTT market in one of the highest growing markets in like minutes of consumption. So the changing pandemic scenario and the rising affluence, which has caused increase in presentation of rural India, the introduction of 5G mobile networks changing consumer behavior and adoption of OTT media by different segments. Now, such as women and older generations are more viewing this OTT content. A few decades ago, over Sunday, like families used to sit and behind and watch together Mahabharata or mythological kind of serials. But now there is a sea change. Now it has occurred.
Please go ahead.
Yes. So, but now the sea change that has occurred that with this like the technology has disrupted the culture. Now nobody is more interested in watching the national TV or any kind of series which come on national TV. So established players like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney are facing stiff competitions. So a large number of OTT players are set to disrupt the diversity of the market with the innovations and contents. Now the
No, same problem with again. Anyway, so I will go back and I think let Dr. Pawar rectify the problem then only. So my question to you, Dr. Sharma, that there is... Right, this is a very challenging thing. Dr. Pawar, are you there again?
Yes, I am there again. It's very challenging. I'm very sorry about this.
I understand, but the thing is, now we can't see you. The video is not on. Is it possible that if you just...
video is not.
We can't see you, Dr. Pawar.
So
Dr. Pawar, is it possible that you will change the position wherever you are? And
yes,
yeah, now,
surely I can change.
Now, please go ahead.
Yes. So the recent controversies are there around the web, like web series like Tandav and Mirzapur too, and the government and court restrictions have made the creators wary of bold contents also. So they have chosen to steer clear of controversies to play it safe. Now demand has surged that because of the coronavirus lockdown, more people working from home, more digital payments, more healthcare and education services are moving online, and quarantine measures to contain spread of COVID-19. Now, researchers have believed that that the participants who stayed up late or sleeping sleeping for a few hours and were more they were going towards depression symptoms, and people who invested more time in watching this content on OTT, they also had mood swings. So more time people invested watching social media caused such kind of sleep disturbances. Now exposure to the light over the time caused damage to vision problems, cataracts and insomnias also. And people likely also developed high BP, blood pressure and sugar levels also, which cause risk to cardiovascular system, and people also had kidney damage. Now, temporary problems like fatigue and headaches also appeared because of this. Now, too much screen also made skip meals and eat too much, and lack of social interactions and meeting people in real. If we see on the contrary, over the last decade, there have been significant advancements in the way people experience video content. It is like the platforms have made consuming content easily accessible across the connected devices. Now, when we see in like when I see through the medical practice, it is seen that virtual conferences and operating experiences provide like unprecedented access to most known physicians and leaders and significantly reduce cost of travel, conference fees, and missed work days that physicians currently incur to keep the at least a rapid influx of information in medicine. Now, as medical procedures continue to grow in complexity and become more technology driven, the way medical education is shared and delivered must also keep pace. Now, streaming media and virtually reality are also a preference, but rather than to clear evolution of medical education, surgeons and physicians learn from home, digesting more information, which is improved content that will give help, provide better patient care. Now we see that nowadays there is a lot of called as telehealth medicine, and this OTT has provided telecommunication, and now we can even talk to people around the world, and we can give them treatment. So more popularity, the cinema. The cinema features have given people are not going to the cinema and it's getting shut down due to COVID-19. So people are more watching TV on OTT, and there is absence of audio-visual disturbances for tobacco imagery used in films, web series, and other content aired online. New age tech data, drawing. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, the drawing, marketing, and robotic process, automation, machine learning, cloud, APIs, and apps, and many other tools, and now is providing essential step towards banks like digital transformation. So benefits of OTT, we can say that there are some, it's like cost effective, easy accessibility, creative and unusual content, and open platform for entertainment industry and platform for international content, and can search globally and also can interact with friends and families over the world. Disadvantages, if you can see that, you can see that for matrimonial purposes and for many of the other places where apps are there are a lot of scams which are happening, and there is like, it may affect social and political disharmony. Then also there is also so much of there is no called as regulatory board which used to be there. So there is no organization where the department is responsible for what goes online, and there is threat to culture and traditions also. Spam and scams have also imposed in online play apps, dating and matrimonial apps, and fraudulent play are more rampant. So these are the few advantages and disadvantages of OTT. There are even interprofessional collaborations and that show improve patient outcomes, reducing preventable adverse drug reactions. But because I can say, sir, that because of OTT, there is a lot of far advancement in medicine, because or what is going around the globe and what is going around the world. Now we can know exactly, like, what is the best operations and surgical methods and better knowledge, and robotic procedures have started happening. So I think there are good advantages in related to medicine, only that telemedicine is going in a little disadvantage for this reason that people will not be physically present at before the doctor. So only that the patient can be viewed online and he can consult, but that's like a very fast kind of this way where the patient can communicate with the doctor. But still it's like very important that physical examination is a must for the patient to come to a doctor. So I feel that, it's advantage and disadvantage in the field of medicine. But as far as I told about OTT, that, it is up to you how much you want to control yourself, how much you have to view. So it is like, it's becoming it's totally taken up the market. So OTT has become like, really over the top for all the people.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nikita Pawar. Although there were lots of disturbance, but you have made your point and you have given all the advantages and disadvantages, especially in the medical field, which you say it's a revolutionary thing, because
Yes.
a person, doctor sitting anywhere can watch the latest developments in the world at the conferences and surgeries which are taking place can be attended because of the OTT platform. So thank you very much. And you have also given some negative points, but it's always positive and negative for everything. Thank you. Now I would like to go to Dr. Mukesh Sharma. Dr. Mukesh Sharma, impact on youth. When we are talking of society, and you know that India is mainly now a youth, young country, and we are having the maximum youth in the world. So, and today we have seen that how the youth are totally glued with the smartphone or laptops, watching the contents which are there. Do you think the OTT, unregulated OTT, which is now there right now, self-regulation, you know very well that what is the meaning of the self-regulation. So whether it is advisable to have this uncontrolled OTT, which is right now in India, or you have any other thing, or do you think it is good for the youth or it is not? So your views about the impact on youth or overall the society. Please unmute.
Thank you, Dr. Goel. So, I think earlier Dr. Pawar was saying something about, sitting at one place and sitting on a sofa and watching continuously. So I'll start with the word which is very much familiar attached with OTT, which is known as binge watching. Now, what is binge? Binge word actually, it came out quite some time back. It started to mean to soak in water a wooden vessel that would otherwise leak. So people used to then soak their brains with alcohol. So that means you are going to get yourself addict with something, and then it started going to be addict with watching something continuously. So what is binge watching? It can lead to sleep deprivation, an increased risk of obesity, and may be addictive, as I said. However, it can also be relaxing and create closeness with the community, depending on with whom you are watching. But if you are doing something alone, then it is different. In the natural habit, a binge watcher is a peculiar subspecies of a Homo sapien. How it is? Because they are solitary, often found lying on their bed or sofa. Any youth you can call today, still as a rock, peering intently into the laptop and the TV. They really get up, only taking occasional breaks for the nature's call at the most. The binge watchers prefers the dark. Again, all these binge watchers are youth, what you have pointed out. They prefer the dark, so the only light their eyes see is from the screen. Unlike so many other of the species, they don't sleep at the end of every day. They stay up late. They are often found to have red eyes. They get irritated when you interrupt them, and they do whatever they can to drive the distraction away. This, of course, is an exaggeration, but for many of us, binge watching a show is how we consume our entertainment diet. And if you see, streaming services ki wajah se binge watching is becoming seemingly endless. Best example, I would say myself. Why should I blame the youth? I was watching a program of Urtugul. That was a series during lockdown, made in Turkey, very popular series, and it had something like 500 episodes or 45 minutes each. And me and my wife, we consumed the entire content in about, say, 10 to 12 days, 15 days, day night watching. We would just got up. So of course, we as a senior citizen, we knew about it, so we were doing our little bit, doing some exercise, but we wanted to watch it, and we did it. Which this we used to do also when we were young, when we used to watch from the noon show, the matinee show, and the night show, one after the other, 3-4 films at that time, and there was a break. Otherwise, we would just study or do things. So this particular thing is, yes, little worrisome, little harmful, as I see, because if you're totally involved, because I have seen, as you said, I was a dean with NMIMS University, and I would find my students next day in the class, half of them drowsy, half of them do not know what is happening. Their minds are totally sleepy. They are not focused. And it was very difficult to bring them back to the class, because late night they were sleeping, and it is happening. Today's youth is sleeping not before 2 a.m. They are sleep deprived totally, sir. And when you are sleep deprived, your brains doesn't function the way they should function, because your brain functions only when they're open. When they're closed like a parachute, it doesn't function. So that is one thing which is disturbing. But as I said, जब मंथन होता है किसी भी चीज का, तो both you have, as you also said, the good and the bad, the zahar and the amrit, everything comes out. It depends on the people. How are we taking it? शुरू में क्रेज होता है हर चीज का, पर धीरे धीरे वो क्रेज अपने आप खत्म हो जाता है when things are open to you, when things are fine. So I also feel our youth is not all that, something like एकदम ही पागल हो गया है. But of course, since we have so much diversified society, it may depend कि कुछ youth जल्दी समझ जाएगा, कुछ youth को time लगेगा. But दैट इज फाइन। जो जहां जहां जैसे जैसे चीजें पहुंचेंगी वैसे वैसे लोग अवगत होते जाएंगे उन चीजों से, दे विल अंडरस्टैंड कि ओके नाउ इट इज फाइन। शहर का यूथ जल्दी समझ में आ जाएगा कि यार हो गया बहुत कुछ, आई हैव टू कंसंट्रेट ऑन सो मेनी अदर थिंग्स, बिकॉज आई कैन सी दैट एज अ टीचर आई एम फाइंडिंग इट, it's quite a diversity among the youth itself. It's just not, you know, one simple thing. So but as I said in my earlier when I barged in between, कि सवाल वही एक बड़ा होगा कि यूथ का चरित्र का और उसके ज्ञान का किस चीज का बढ़ोतरी होगी, व्हाट विल एक्सपेंड। क्योंकि ज्ञान तो बहुत बढ़ जाएगा इतनी दुनिया भर की डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज देख के, दुनिया भर के ड्रामास देख के, दुनिया भर के फीचर्स देख के, नॉन फीचर देख के, फिल्म्स देख के, बायोपिक्स देख के, लेकिन चरित्र का कितना होगा ये डिपेंड करता है कि वो नॉलेज क्या ले रहा है। सो वो एक वरीसम है, खुद मैनेज कर पाएगा या स्कूल्स में टीचर्स हेल्प कर पाएंगे, पेरेंट्स के पास समय होगा कि नहीं होगा, सोसाइटी कितनी हमारी वैसे भी बहुत डिफरेंट हो चुकी है सर। आज से 20 साल पहले या 25 साल पहले के बच्चे और आज के बच्चों में जमीन आसमान का फर्क है मिलेनियल्स का। अब कि इनको तो मिलेनियल्स भी नहीं कहते, मिलेनियल्स तो दे वर ऑल बॉर्न इन द 80s, ये तो उसके भी बात के हैं। सो वो एक कंसर्न है, क्योंकि हमारी जो सोसाइटी रही वो जरा संस्कार पीड़ित रही। हमारे यहाँ शादी भी 35-40 साल तक मैनेज हो जाती थी, आज की तारीख में बड़ी जल्दी जल्दी दोस्त बनना है, दुश्मन बनना है आपस में। सो दैट इज माय कंसर्न एज अ पब्लिक ब्रॉडकास्टर।
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sharma. आपने अपने जो concerns बताए, and I'm sure that what you have said is the viewers are watching and they understand what you are saying. But now my question goes to Miss Urvashi Mittal. Miss Urvashi Mittal, I did a program on screen time, Bain or Boon. Now, and the result was the panelists were of the view that this screen time is harming the new generation. They says the mother who is feeding the new baby, they are watching the TV or on mobile or laptop and they are feeding. They are saying that what impact is going to this infants, that they are not even bothered. And similarly, the young children, 2 to 5 years or 5 to 8 years, they are watching, and there is no control today as self-regulation, but there is no control. Once you go in OTT, there are so many things are coming. No one knows what you are touching and what you are not touching. Now, being a social worker and dealing with the women empowerment and the children and whatnot, do you think that this type of contents which are coming, number one, increasing the screen time, depriving the family context with each other? Everyone is sitting. We have seen that how people are watching their shows, different shows. Earlier, at least, everyone was sitting in a drawing room watching a particular show, Hum Log or Bunyad, etc., which used to come, or a movie. But now everyone have their own choice. So what sort of dialogue they used to have with each other, the jointness, the closeness, it is living at, as Dr. Sharma has just mentioned about the separation, that it is leading to that, because once everyone is busy with their own shows, they are not bothered what is happening to the family. What you say about this, whether this OTT, because earlier, whatsoever we say, criticize film or television, etc., there is a limit, but there is now no limit. It's a 24-hour show. Like Dr. Sharma says, he has watched in 10 days, 500 episodes. So my point to you is whether the screen time is increasing because of the OTT will harm the society on whole. What you say about this, Ms. Urvashi Mittal?
Sir, I heard Mukesh sir also and you also. Sir, these times are survival of the fittest. Secondly, as you know, my background, so you will not believe, up till now when we were helping out people, it would be in terms of clothes or the ration or the books or the stationery or the blankets, like such things, or helping them out, set up their business. But you will not believe, for last 2 years during COVID time, we got so many requests for giving cell phones to students, even to that class, because they were having their classes only through cell phone. So we are talking of reducing. Now we know the normal times are coming back, but again, with the fourth wave of COVID anticipated, so it's going to be like this. And I believe once anything becomes a part of life, it's very difficult to do away with that. And I believe we are here to discuss the impact and not to discuss whether it should be there or not. I think you can have another talk on that. OTT has come here to stay, I believe. And again, I want to say, sir, sex or violence, if it's the demand of this story, it's fine. But if it's woven unnecessarily, that is objectionable. Now, what is a story? It should be inspiring, it should be knowledge giving, and it should be entertaining. Now, what is entertaining? Sir, there are two ways of laughing. I pull my own leg and laugh, or I pull your leg and laugh. Now, it is for every knowledgeable person to decide how he wants to laugh out. Here, I would like to draw your attention to another fact. Sir, we're talking about OTT and such things. What about stand-up comedians? I would ask, sir, I would ask you, have you ever watched any of their program? Do you think
Miss Mittal, we should talk about OTT.
Sir, I know, I will come back to this. So all I'm saying is, such things are here to stay, but definitely practice without theory is sterile, is blind, and theory without practice is sterile. So we are here to strike a right balance. As I told you, we interact with people. Younger generation is absolutely okay with OTT, with any content which is being shown. But we are here to strike a balance. We are here to strike a balance. And again, sir, the seed has to be sown first. So the very thought that it should be regularized. People may think, "Arey, hamare kehne se kya ho jayega?" Sir, every single thing, the moment to take out water from the well, every rassi leaves an impact on the wall. So it is because of the shows like you. It is because if we all start thinking collectively, if we start saying collectively, it will definitely leave its impact. Even the government will gear to hear us, and they will definitely make a censor board. This is all I want to say. I do not want to deprive of the younger generation of the plus points OTT has to offer. But nevertheless, I want to look towards my heritage, my culture. And yes, that the unnecessary, the adverse effects should be delayed. I would just say one thing, sir. You all must have seen movies like Coolie, a girl of a millionaire family falling in love with a coolie. Okay, the next movie they show the hero coming and acting as a cook to impress the father of the girl. Then we have movies like Nishabd. I'm sure you must have seen Amitabh Bachchan falling in love with the friend of her daughter, and the movie validating it. What was it? Up till now, we always thought whatever is shown in the movie, the end would be logical. But that movie just left me stunned. I don't know whether the co-panelists are on the same page with me or not. So what I'm saying is, I have a different culture and I want to keep believing in that. And if at all the adverse effects are here to mingle, I would like to delay the process. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ms. Urvashi Mittal, for giving your views. Now I would like to ask Advocate Avishi. Advocate Avishi, I'm sure you might have seen so many contents which are going on OTT. And I would like to tell you, because I have to act as a devil's advocate. I have to ask questions because I have to, otherwise we will not get the reality about the OTT. I would not like to name the channels, but it is, everybody knows the channels by very, very famous producers who were earlier producing very good serials. Everybody knows that. Now she is in the producing some serials which are very objectionable contents. There are other channels which are showing very sleazy type of contents. Do you think that by showing this, okay, Ms. Urvashi Mittal says time will change, it will evolve. But during this evolution time, don't you think we are going to harm the moral of one generation? We are going to kill the morality or the ethics of one generation because we are just born that let the OTT will come, let it be, it's evolution time when we require change. But do you think this change is such that once we will, and then we will come out with the laws, as everybody is asking? My question to you is, why not now, at this moment, when the OTT is already been introduced, we know such types of contents are coming, it's totally uncontrolled. Why? There are very good contents, no doubt about it, but there are few. It's to control them, why not government come out with a strict censorship only for those things which are like they have in the movies? That's why Indian movies are quite clean, they're very giving positive message to the society. Do you think legally either the government or the Honorable Supreme Court should interfere and give the directions to so that those types of contents which are undesirable should not come in public domain? What you say, Advocate Avishi Dhaka, please?
Law is different from morality. This is what I say. And we cannot control this much of content. content, we have a lot of data, and law should be there, and Supreme Court should intervene. And there are cases which are ongoing, which was not just on Balaji Telefilms or Ekta Kapoor, or it was also on Arya. The thing was not objectionable, but the only thing, the family and the culture that was shown inside that program on Hotstar, that was in dispute. That you are showing royal family of Rajasthan promoting opium, or being doing the business of drugs, and going through cartels. So all such things are objectionable for culture backgrounds, and exposing children to pornography or adult media. So I think there's a need to regulate it, but will the law be able to protect it, or the society or the regulating authority would be able to do it? I'm not sure about it, because if you would have known, Dubai, the government spend around 60% of their budget to control their internet traffic. So something of this sort maybe should be done for India by the Indian government initiative, so that you can control and regulate. Otherwise, it will be that it is up to you what you want to see and what you want to perceive. So main thing about this is when they show you the disclaimer before the program it begins, it is up to you. You are giving consent to watch it. But the problem is that you do not know what is inside it until and unless you watch it. You do not know what is that. So there's a need to check, to put a check on these things.
Okay. Advocate Avishi, thank you. And you mentioned about the disclaimer. Even on the cigarette packet, it is written harmful for the health and whatnot. Still, people are smoking. So disclaimer is nothing. It's just and nobody. How I'm asking you, have you ever read any disclaimer which is coming? No one reads. It's such a small thing, and people think yes, it has come and it will go, and then they want. Anyway, thank you very much for your views that government should come out with some regulations, at least for such types of unwanted contents which are harming and polluting our, at least the adolescents or the youth. Thank you very much. Now my question goes to Dr. Nikita Pawar. Dr. Nikita Pawar, we have seen alcoholic people, alcohol addiction. We have seen drug addiction. Now this is the third thing which is coming very, and it is picking up like anything, this addiction of whether it's, you can say, OTT or whatnot. Do you think if we will not take action now, this addiction, again, we will be having de-addiction camps, what we are running for all alcoholics and drugs, etc. And the same problem will come, which we found in alcohol as well as in drug. What you say about this addiction, which is now picking up in India?
Yes, so I've seen that people are really getting very addicted to OTTs, and more of alcohol and tobacco and smoking is also increased because people keep on watching, binge watching the TV and OTT channels, and whether they are alone or whether they are with family, they will keep on binge eating also. So there are a lot of health problems and health issues which I am seeing in my regular clinics, and also a lot of people are because of this addiction of watching TV continuously and continuously the episodes and finishing all the episodes in 1 or 2 days. I have seen that people are actually turning into psychiatric patients. Like they're having depression, they're having mood swings, and they're having problems with their eyesight. They're so different issues are happening. And then when we ask about history to the patient, so the history is that yes, the patient was awake the whole night. He was watching TV. And actually he would try to sleep. Still, he would want to he would recollect this episode. What had happened last time, and then he would again watch the next episode. So this happens, when you keep on watching the same things again and again, and then you feel like watching it again. So in this way we have seen that yes, addiction is there, and people have become like, very alcoholic also. There are a lot of liver diseases which I have seen in my this clinics, that people, yes, they are like, watching episodes and movies which are continuously been there on different apps like Netflix, Amazon Prime. And yes, there's a lot of addition of this tobacco. I feel that there should be like some kind of ad, like before we used to go to theaters, cinema theaters, so they used to show ads on related to tobacco खाने से lung का बीमारी होती है, and alcohol पीने से you may have liver diseases. So such kind of ads should be shown up so that people will understand कि that थोड़ा सा दिमाग में it will come like, yes, if I have, then something, will have some problem on it. And there has to be some kind of limited content, like, viewing from parents also. There have like parents should also try to control the kids from continuously, because nowadays babies are also there who are breastfeeding, or they are like, very small. They are also trying to play on the mobile. They are also seeing the OTTs, and there is something called as very bold contents which are coming. So that is very wrong on the like, wrong on the part of nowadays generation growing up. So they have learned everything. Like they are more faster than us in knowing everything about this. So I feel it's a very bad addiction, and somewhere or the else it should be controlled.
Okay,
Either it
thank you
should be
very much.
controlled by the parents or either by the regulatory board.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Nikita Pawar. Now my question goes to Dr. Mukesh Sharma. Dr. Mukesh Sharma, please switch on your video. We can't see.
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah.
There is a little problem. I'm just doing it. Yeah.
I think some problems are today.
No.
We
Okay.
are doing program on OTT, so problems are coming
No,
on.
no, it's okay.
Okay. Dr. Sharma, see, you being in this industry for long, and you know ins and outs. Here the problem is, earlier the movies which we are talking of, films, we are talking about the Doordarshan or even the satellite channels, they were controlled by Indians, and basically the contents were Indian. But now with the OTT, the contents are coming from the across the world, like Netflix or Prime, Amazon, and whatnot. And all those things. And there is a lots of difference of culture. Whatsoever advanced we can say, but we cannot compare our culture with other cultures immediately, or we cannot change our culture in that way. Don't you think this OTT is going to create a culture shift in India? And the society has to change. Either you have to adopt those things, because many things, like in India, we are not eating beef. But in this OTT platform, whatsoever the contents are showing, they are showing that how people are eating beef, and it is going to, and there are so many things. So what you say about this, that whether this because now the OTT contents makers are sitting abroad, they are showing their own movies, their own cultural things, which India would like to see. Like you said that you have seen the series which were shot abroad and all those things. They are good in that contents, but there are many contents and the culture is different. What you say about this, Dr. Sharma?
Sir, it is a Pandora's box. आपने जो बोला है, this will actually take 2, 3, 4 hours to tell you, give you a right answer, because as I have seen in 40 years, from analog to digital, from linear to non-linear, so the entire landscape has gone a complete shift. And when you say what is going to happen to our young youth, well, already it has happened. You cannot do anything. Now tell me, we are nearly 1 crore 30 lakhs, 130 crores people in the country. If I tell you that there can be 130 crores TV channels today on YouTube, can you deny it? Now, 130 crores ourselves, forget about what is coming from abroad. These 130 crore channels, who is going to monitor them? Who is going to understand? It is not possible, sir. So at the end of the day, अब ये लाइन तो खिंच चुकी है, ये सीमेंटेड है. आपको एक दूसरी लाइन खींचनी है, जैसा कि उन्होंने मुझसे पहले कहा था, पवार जी ने निकला कि हमको भले ही ऐसे आप जैसे छोटे छोटे प्रोग्राम्स के माध्यम से और व्हाटएवर इट इज, वी हैव टू कंटिन्यू. वो डेंट करते रहते हैं ना, जो कठपुड़वा होता है, द वुड पैकर, वो ठोक 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 करता है टिल इट फॉल्स डाउन. सो वी कैनॉट, बिकॉज इसको तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, फॉरगेट अबाउट इट. यू कैनॉट कंट्रोल इट, यू कैनॉट सेंसर इट. एट दैट ऑल्सो, जिस देश में कोस में पानी बदलता है, जहां 6 माइल्स पे सभ्यता बदल जा रही है, वहां पर आप हाउ कैन यू हैव अ सेम यार्डस्टिक फॉर एवरीवन? एक गांव का बच्चे की अलग अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगी, शहर के बच्चे की आई एम टॉकिंग अगेन अबाउट द यूथ. हम और आप तो गुजर चुके हैं उस दौर से. तो इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. सोसाइटी विल इटसेल्फ हैज टू अंडरस्टैंड. Parents will have to give more time to their children if they really want them to be. Otherwise, television is there to give them enough time. When I say television, anything happening on the screen. And just to give you a little idea how much screen time we Indians are watching. You know, Indians at the moment are spending 3.5 hours every day on phone. They are spending the most time on the phone in the world. They are consuming data. It has increased from 40% to nearly 60% in 2022. And in COVID के time में और बढ़ गया था. Their consumption पहले था 13.6 GB, sir. Now it has gone to 24 GB by 2025. And इसके अलावा 42% सोशल मीडिया पे है, जिसमें 28% एंटरटेनमेंट देख रहे हैं, 7% न्यूज देखते हैं, 6% गेमिंग देख रहे हैं. तो and these are all FICCI reports. आईटी की वजह से, लैंडस्केप की वजह से, उसके पेंडोरास बॉक्स के खुलने की वजह से कुछ हो नहीं सकता है. आपको सबको अपने अपने ताजमहल बचा के रखने होंगे. अगर आप बचा सकते हैं तो फाइन. अदरवाइज आप बोलिए वेस्टर्न कल्चर, वो तो सीप हो चुका है सर. You do not know. When I meet the students, it is very difficult to even understand them. They have a different understanding of things. वो हंसते हैं कभी कभी कि यार ये छोड़ो, मतलब उनको तो 40 साल का आदमी भी बुढ़ा लगता है अभी, आज के 20 साल के बच्चों को. Forget about my age, which I am already crossed, मैं तो उनका मतलब ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर हो जाऊंगा. But what I'm trying to say is कि ये अब संभव नहीं है. तो जो है वो कहते हैं जो कबूतर उड़ गया. फिल्म आई थी ना, अगर आपको याद हो.
डॉक्टर शर्मा, आपका वीडियो चला गया है. कबूतर उड़ा है. One second. There was a call coming, so that is why, because I am on iPhone, so मैंने डिक्लाइन कर दिया. एक फिल्म आई थी जहां नारा, जिसमें कि कबूतर उड़ गया था, हाथ से पुरानी फिल्म थी, और एक कबूतर रह गया था. तो आके पूछता है जो उसका किंग था शाहजहां कि ये कैसे उड़ गया पहला कबूतर. तो उसने दूसरा छोड़ दिया, बोले ऐसे उड़ गया. तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि जो उड़ गया, जो बच सकता है उसको बचा लीजिए. और यही संभव है कि हमारे और आप जैसे लोग सर मारते रहेंगे. जिनकी समझ में आएगा ठीक है, नहीं आएगा तो जाने दीजिए. Okay, thank you, Dr. Sharma, for giving your views. Now my question goes to Miss Urvashi Mittal. Miss Urvashi Mittal, आपने कहा कि ये तो टाइम है, तो चेंज होता है, सब होता है. मेरा आपसे बड़ा एक स्पष्ट क्वेश्चन है. I want to ask you very clearly. Do you think, like earlier, even go back for 10 years, still when even the satellite TV or the Doordarshan or movies, where the entire family is sitting watching? Do you think today with this OTT contents, anyone, forget about few exceptionals are always there, can sit together, the entire family can sit together and watch the contents which are coming on OTT, especially when we are talking about Netflix or anything which are not made in India? Do you think earlier, we still remember any even close intimate scenes comes, the parents used to see here and there, the children's also just avoid to see towards parents. But today when everything is shown, not even kissing, but whatnot, do you think it is advisable or according to you, because you say that you are totally, you are brought up in a different atmosphere, it is okay to watch all those things, nudity, etc., sitting with your family?
Sir, why are you saying only OTT? I mean, the ads and the mainstream movies, they show everything. These days, it's not possible for you to sit with your father, brother, or even the children. It's only husband and wife who can watch it together. Correct, and OTT is supposed to be watched in cozy hours, when you're inside the bedroom, when the children, they have their TV. And I understand where they have just one or whatever they do. But the times have become like that. All I'm saying is, sir, this is objectionable. But ultimately, our movies, they had already taken that step. And despite having the regulatory body, we still have that for mainstream media. Where is that? Why doesn't it act? Why doesn't it act responsible? So for OTT also, all I said, I can understand Mukesh Sharma sir's concern. But the thing is, sir, once anything seeps in, it's very difficult to do away with it. It's here to stay. And it is up to us to delay the process if we can. Now you are talking about screen time, mothers is spending more time with their children. Sir, we can't live in contradiction. It's become the survival of the fittest. I told you, a few years before, for my generation, if a guy would want to, if at the time of marriage, they will say, we want a bahu, like, he would sit inside and who would take care of the family. Now, these days, the guy earning handsome salary still wants a working wife. Why? Because he wants wants to enjoy all the facilities which his salary alone can't get. So he wants a working wife. When you want a working wife, she becomes a mother. You have to have a family ultimately. How much can you delay that? 5 years, 10 years? Where do you have time to give to your children? Then ultimately, even the careers fall back. Now you talk of women empowerment. We will talk about it some other time. But the things are being quoted in a negative context. I mean, women are always better. How has this equality come in? So there are so many factors. OTT is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. If we can afford to have a regulatory body for it, somehow or the other, but seeing the condition of the mainstream media, I wonder even what would the
Pawar, I tell you, I'm barging. It is nothing. I was in the media for so long and I was in the government. The first thing we learned was how not to do things rather than how to do things, which is not happening today. So it is just not possible. I don't foresee you, as I said, you have to learn to live with it and you will have to draw a better line if possible with like-minded people.
That's okay.
So we have to flow with the flow.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, Advocate Avishi Dhaka, are you there? Please switch on your video. Yes, Avishi Dhaka. Yes. Because earlier, as you said about the censorship, etc., it is possible when the contents are being produced in India and beamed from India, but those contents which are not produced in India, you have mentioned about the Kundra case, someone of the panelists has mentioned, because if the contents are abroad, beamed from abroad, it is very, very difficult to regulate them. Do you think laws can control those overseas contents which are beamed from outside, not from India? Is it possible, according to you, the legal system?
One second. I just want to add something before I forget. Recently, government has banned 5 channels. 2 of them were Pakistan, or 3 of them Pakistan YouTube channels, which were doing, giving misinformation on the news. So government can do that. It is not impossible. But how many of us are going to write to the government? We will just close the TV and let it be whatever. Sorry, please.
No. So now, Advocate Avishi, what Dr. Sharma said rightly, that the government can ban. Now the question is, when they can ban about the misinformation, about our government, about our country, then why not they can ban this type of nudity, these types of things which are coming day and night from abroad and which has been served here and which is ruining the youth culture. Dr. Sharma as well as Ms. Urvashi says it seeps inside. No, it can be stopped. When the government can stop the Pakistani or Chinese channel, why not they can stop all those contents which are coming to India very clearly, so that we can save the culture or the condition of our youth. What do you say about this, Advocate Avishi?
Of course, we can control it, and anything that is against our country's laws and policies, wheresoever it may be broadcasted from, it will be banned. And suppose the government is not able to ban it, it will, if we notify them, if we complain it to cert.in, CERT.in, or you can write to the Ministry of Broadcasting, or you can write it to the government in general, anywhere where so you are, or you can file a case against it in the court. So that will be taken into the
to file a case against any of these channels. They are very, very powerful. If we have to file, or I'm not saying about the thing. I am saying government can also interfere, at least for the nudity, at least for those contents which are not good for our youth. We are as Dr. Sharma says, we have passed our life now. We have it makes no difference to us. But think of the youth who are 16, 17, 18 years, who are the future of our country, if we are giving them such type of thing. Anyway, thank you very much, Advocate Avishi. Now, my last question goes to Dr. Nikita Pawar. Dr. Nikita Pawar, do you think that OTT is harmful for the health, mental as well as physical health of the person or not?
Yes, the OTT, of course, is very, very harmful for people who are continuously binge watching TV. And there are a lot of cases I'm seeing that are having depression, mental problems, and most of the patients are psychiatric patients. So everybody has the issue of having depression. And I feel nowadays people are so stressed with their lives, and they keep on comparing with these people, like OTT channels में serial में से जो आते हैं लोगों का जो उसमें what they show, they start behaving like that in the house also. They take all the wrong gyan from it rather than taking good positive things. So wrong gyan is being taken, and therefore what happens that they start comparing with those people, and therefore what happens, they have these mental problems and like depression and psychiatric patients. So I have seen the psychiatric patients have really increased a lot, and there are people who are really having a lot of alcohol, tobacco content, and binge eating. So obesity is also increased a lot in this case. So I feel it's a very harmful effect
Thank you
on health.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, viewers, we have seen today that our experts has given their views very, very clearly that OTT is advantageful and some disadvantageful also. But it all depends on us, the civil society. We have to see what we want to see ourselves, what we want to show to our children. That depends on us. Because after all, no one can control. It's a open now, it's a global time. When global time, after all, OTT has to stay, and OTT is not only bad, but it's very good. It has given lots of new information, those information which were not available to those who cannot go abroad or who want to learn many things, even the professionals. But it all depends what you want to see, what you don't want to see. Only thing is, please check what your children's below 18 or 16 or 14 or 10 years are watching. After all, they are the future. If we will not control, then who is going to control? And to say everything government should do, it is not possible. After all, we as our responsible citizen, responsible parents should also come forward and see to it that OTT should not be misused by the youth or even by the other family members. So thank you very much. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon se, Samvad Sarocar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, as well as shown live on Facebook and YouTube. So, our own thing is we always want to bring those topics which are for the benefit of the society. We try to take the balanced view. We try to, if the panelists are giving one side view, we try to provoke them so that they can give the actual things. Like few of our panelists says that is good because we can learn many things, and few have said it is harmful for the health. So decision is yours as a viewer. You have to take a decision how much time you want to see. Excess of everything is harmful, but if it is seen in a limited way, and if the OTT, whatsoever they are showing, if you see those contents which are really good for you, for your career, for your family, for your nation, please watch that. So that is not a harmful thing. So thank you very much, and thank you all the viewers for watching it, and thank you Dr. Mukesh Sharma, thank you Ms. Urvashi Mittal, thank you very much Advocate Avishi Dhaka, and thank you very much Dr. Nikita Pawar for giving very, very good and experienced and expert views. And I'm sure today's program is quite enlightened for the viewers so that they can take their own decision with their own wisdom. Thank you.